This year, hundreds of schools competed in the ICCA's in a cappella competition. Hofstra's very own HofBeats placed second in the division and moved on to the semifinals. We talked to some of the members about what their experience was and what they're looking forward to next.
The ICCAs are the International Championship of Collegiate A Cappella. So it's basically this big competition where a bunch of a cappella groups from a bunch of different colleges everywhere, even the UK, all just compete. This year it was all virtual, so it was very different. So they did like a live stream and we all got to submit virtual recordings, which was a very, very unique and different experience.
As though it wasn't, the most ideal situation, they made it work and they did a really great job, and we're really happy with the outcome and how much fun it was.
How did this year's ICCAs compare to last year's competition and competitions before that?
In normal ICCA years, we have like a week where we get together and we just work for hours as a group, banging the set out, going over choreo and hanging out, and like that wasn't here this year, so we had to like bring everyone in one at a time. It looked very different than a normal ICCA season looked like, but I'm still really happy with what we came out with.
I think that competing in a virtual ICCA set was definitely a different type of rewarding, in the sense that you don't have that satisfaction of standing up on a stage and really performing once and for all this big set you've been working on, practicing and perfecting.
Here it was like, we put out everything into the world, we record our stuff, and then we send it off to Mikey and Lucas, our audio and video editors, and then that's it, and we wait. And it was a very, very unique waiting experience, but getting to see it in front of our eyes for the first time was something I'm really glad that I could have gotten to do in my 4 years.
Recording this set was tough, very tough, because of the pandemic and not being together, not even hearing who the guy I sing next to sounds like. So it was very tough, but the fact of how resilient this group was really made it rewarding, in the fact of we did that. We really just did that.
There was a huge advantage for us going into this, fact that we've been recording and mixing stuff since March, when school initially closed down, because a lot of these groups have never done it before, and we knew that we had been doing it for a while.
I really like editing a cappella music videos. It's a lot of fun. I've made a bunch for a lot of the other a cappella groups here at Hofstra. Some other groups from other schools have reached out to me, so I've been editing their videos. I like editing to a cappella because there's a ton of different people and lots of different styles to incorporate.
Editing the set took a long time. It definitely took a long time. I was ecstatic. I definitely exploded. I'm normally like a pretty reserved person, but I will say there was some screaming involved when I heard I won that mix.
How'd you feel when you found out you were moving on to semis?
I just felt so happy for the group. I knew I needed to give them a little something, a little bit of light throughout this very uncertain semester, and I think that was our light, and we're just really excited to move on and do it again in April.
I'm really interested to see how the HofBeats hold up, and no matter what, I'm going to be proud of what we've done.
Thank you so much to the HofBeats for speaking with me today. We wish you guys the best of luck in semifinals. For Hofstra Today, I'm Natalie Khait. Back to you, Katerina and Max.